was that?
Must have been the wind.
This is Taph, with a T. You know what else starts with a T? Terrorist. This man is a walking OSHA violation. He doesn't talk, he doesn't heal, he doesn't stun. At least not in the way you normally think. This man just booby traps the entire map and prays someone walks into it. A good Taph will have so many trips and bombs set up that the killer won't even know what hit them. Let me break it down. First up, we got his Q ability, Tripwire. And yep, it's exactly what it sounds like. Taph slaps a tripwire on the ground like he's setting up a Home Alone trap. And if the killer walks through it, they get slowness too, and their location gets broadcast to the entire team like they just tripped an alarm at the museum. You can place up to 3 of these bad boys at once, and over time, they slowly turn invisible. Now, don't get too cocky. These things only have 20 HP, which means if the killer has more than one functioning brain cell, they will destroy the tripwire before they start running after you.
There are 2 kinds of people in this world, Chris. There are bullies and there are nerds. And there are hot Asian chicks.
That said, if you're playing against an average public match killer, you're probably fine. Oh, these trips also despawn after about 80 seconds too, so don't get too comfy in that little hiding hole you made. Next, we got my favorite ability, the Subspace Tripmine. Press E and Taph arms the Subspace Tripmine and chucks it in front of himself. This thing sticks close to the ground and turns semi-invisible and just sits there, waiting, menacingly. If the killer gets too close, boom, they get subspaced. Getting subspaced is basically like spinning yourself in a circle for a minute and then trying to walk in a straight line. It's not too fun. Beware though, because if you're too close to Tripmine, you'll also get subspaced, leaving you and the killer wandering around like lost children. There's more though. If the killer hits the Tripmine with any one of its attacks, the bomb will go off, leaving the killer only slightly subspaced, like a bad migraine instead of a fever. If the mine isn't activated in 35 seconds, it explodes naturally. If the mine successfully hits the killer, the cooldown is reduced by 7 seconds. The bad news? The mine doesn't care who you are. Whether you're a killer, survivor, or unlucky bystander, someone's probably going to be eating that explosion.
Bomb has been defused.
Your job as Taph is to turn the map into one giant war crime. All your abilities are aimed towards making the killer waste as much time as possible and make it an absolute pain to chase anyone. Your best bet at getting the killer is to set up your tripwires at every possible choke point. Choke points are basically entrances or exits that the killer has to walk through to get to you. You don't need for the tripwires to go fully invisible either, because if you place them at a choke point, the killer has to go through it, and regardless of whether they decide to break it or not, it'll be wasting their time anyways. With your subspace trip mines, you'll want to pair them with your tripwires, because not only will the tripwires slow them down, it'll make sure that they can't run away before that trip mine goes boom. Another option is that you can chuck them in front of you before you start getting chased, and lure the killer over the trip mine.
Turn it off.
Just don't hang around next to your own mine like a clown.
Oh, a dollar!
Taph is not a support. He's not a fighter. He's not even really your teammate. He's just a hazard, a passive-aggressive landmine of a man. If you want heals, go find Elliot. If you want stuns, go play Chudletsky. But if you want to turn the map into a minesweeper simulator, Taph's your guy. He's flashy and he's loud. And when played right, he's an absolute pain for the killer. He's not for everyone though, but if you're a master at mind games and predicting the killer, this guy might just be for you. Taph isn't about stats, he's about psychological warfare, and you, my friend, are the war criminal.